Last night we got back from a 2-week trip to New York. Whew. It was awesome and the kids loved it, but some of you might know if you travel with 2 little kids, you might need a vacation after the vacation. But it was awesome, and things are starting to get back to normal. New York City opened up fully while we were there, and hopefully it's not premature. Hopefully it's just a sign of continuous improvement. And this video isn't about the trip, but maybe I'll share some content in the future. What this video is about 5 or 6 days ago, while I was walking down the street in New York City, I got a notification on my phone that the Taiwan Legislature, the Legislative Yuan, they passed a revision to their Foreign Talent Act, or economic bill from 3 years ago, that has a lot of significant improvements for gold card holders. So I will share those details coming right up. What's up, fam? Welcome back to the Firewalking Journey channel, where I talk about things that matter to me as a location-independent entrepreneur and investor. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Taiwan Gold Card, specifically about the amendments that were just passed by the Legislative Yuan 4 or 5 days ago. The amendments to the, let me get this right, Act for the Recruitment and Employment of Foreign Professionals. And this was a bill that was passed in 2018, and now they're kind of beefing it up, so to speak. And there are wide-reaching changes that affect a large group of people, but I'm going to specifically look at the changes that affect gold card holders like myself. And these are changes that I was really hoping for, and excited to see them come to fruition now. So there are 3 main things that I want to cover in this bill. The first is a big one. I've mentioned this in a few of my other videos, and that is permanent residence for gold card holders. So now, instead of having to live in Taiwan for 5 years on a work visa, gold card holders can apply for permanent residence after just 3 years, which happens to be the length of the gold card. So I plan to take advantage of this. I'm sure many others will as well. When I live in Taiwan on my gold card, once those 3 years expire, I am eligible to then immediately apply for permanent residence. The second change, which I think is pretty big as well, is eligibility for enrolling in NHI, which is the National Healthcare System. So previously, gold card holders had to wait 6 months. There was a 6-month waiting period before you and your dependents could enroll in the healthcare system. And that meant that for me, I was kind of planning our move to Taiwan based on when we could guarantee ourselves 6 months there so that we would be eligible for healthcare before we were leaving Taiwan to travel or to come back for summer vacation, things like that. I wanted to make sure we were eligible to enroll in the healthcare system before we left so that we'd always have it whenever we go back in the future. But now, none of that really matters, because as soon as we set foot in Taiwan, the entire family will be eligible for NHI enrollment. Okay, and then the third change that benefits gold card holders is the income tax exemption. So previously, any income that a foreign special professional earns over 3 million Taiwanese dollars, which is roughly, I think it corresponds to about 108,000 US dollars. Anything earned over that will only be taxed at half. And that tax break used to be for a 3-year period, and now it's been extended to 5 years. So that's a bit of a tax break that some gold card holders will receive for an additional 2 years. And I'll just go ahead and mention one more benefit. It's not solely for gold card holders. This one applies to all foreign professionals. But once you have achieved that permanent resident status, so for gold card holders, it would be possible after 3 years. For others, it's after 5 years. But once you do apply and receive that permanent residency, then all of your dependents are immediately on an open work permit. So they too can work in Taiwan. Whereas prior to this bill, this amendment, they had to earn their own permanent residency or meet their own requirements to achieve an open work permit. But now, if you have the permanent residency, then open work permit status applies to all of your dependents. And so there you have it. I think this is great news for gold card holders. Now, as I said, this passed the legislature, and it's more or less a formality, but we do have to wait for the president to sign this into law, and we also have to wait to see how the timeline of this will roll out, because there's many different ministries and committees involved, and they will let us know when exactly these changes will go into effect. So when I hear that, I will let you all know. One more thing, as far as the gold card application status is concerned, you can still apply right now for the gold card, and they will be processing these, but the final step, the passport submission and the actual issuance of your visa, is all on hold, as Taiwan is currently in level 3 lockdown for their COVID outbreak. So I did read somewhere just today that level 3 is expected to last until July 12th. So that's sort of the status right now. Like I said, you can start your application or you can continue with the process, but you just won't be able to do the last part of it until they lift that moratorium on visa issuance. So currently that looks like it'll be July 12th when you can actually receive the visa again. All right, stay tuned for more. As always, good luck to you all. See you next time.